Hi everyone. Good morning. Scrap and Lizzie here. I want to show you something. This is a friend of mine and myself. We were in a swap. We decided to each make an album of something that we're kind of new to and not comfortable with, and just make something to swap. And so it was to be just, let's see, I'm trying to zoom a little there. It was to be something just a little bit different than what we normally make. And so, of course, mine took long. I've already got the one she gave me. And I'll show you that one later, another day. Now, so what I'm going to show you is what I made. This is a treasure album. I don't know if I'm going to wait till after. I'm going to give it to her this afternoon. And so, but I wanted to make a video on it, mainly so I don't forget what I did, because I want to do another one. And so, Cheryl, if you're watching this, just don't watch it till after I give this to you, unless you don't mind. I mean, you can watch it if you want to. Then you'll know what you're getting. But anyway, this is the explanation of this album. This is a treasure album. It's kind of fat right now. But this album can get fat and skinny, fat and skinny, fat and skinny, because this is something that you will use. A crafter will use these. So I tied it together with these 3 ribbons, but they're not connected to anything, so that they don't have to live there forever, because these ribbons may be used for something else, because this is a treasure album. You keep your treasures in here. Now, I made the front cover using a placemat, but then I started adding lace and ribbon all the way around the placemat to make it look a little bit fancy, because I'm into this fancy stuff. And so then I put a few pins in here, but I'm not going to glue those in either. They're going to just be in there so that she can pull those out and use them if she should choose to. But even if they're not in there, they'll still be pretty. I just hope she does. Don't poke yourself with them, Cheryl. Okay, there we go. Now, okay, all I have on this front page here, this whole thing is fabric. I got a pen in here for some reason. Maybe I should put a notepad in there too to go with the pen. But I put that in there only because it fits. And there's a little pocket here. You could put something in there too. Let me see. What could we put in there? Could you put a pair of scissors in there? Nah, nothing really. Maybe this is just to look pretty. But you know what you can do is take a little safety pin and a little piece of, I'm going to give her this little piece of lace. This is a treasure album. It's someplace you can put your treasures. Well, let me cut this piece off. This looks a little cranky. Let me cut that piece off right there. We don't want anything cranky looking on here. There, now. So I'm just going to take that little piece of lace, and I'm just going to kind of put it right here like this, and then I'm just going to pin it on with a little safety pin. There, then she can unpin it and use that lace. There, that's nice. Now that looks like something on there. Okay, now, as we go through the book, this is another, I just used muslin on here. Around here, I have different laces. Then here's a different piece of like a cotton lace that I made this pocket out of. And in the pocket, I have 2. These are fibers. I just took a piece of chipboard and wrapped fibers around them out of my stash. Up here at the top of the page, this is a dog hair. I'll pull that off. And oh, there's another dog hair. She'll have to pull all the dog hairs off. And there's another piece of lace that I just folded up, and I pinned it on here. And over in this pocket, there's a different kind of a lace pocket, and I have 2 pieces again, just wrapped around chipboard and tucked in here. Now this is a place that you're going to, it's a treasure album. So you put your treasures in here. And here's when you have some little pieces of lace, you can just put them in. Now in this one here, I used a doily and I sewed that doily in there. But then I took some chipboard and I wrapped some ribbon around that chipboard. And what I learned from Clara is that you can buy these little hairbands for little bitty girls' hair. And you can use those. I think it was Clara. If it wasn't you, Clara, somebody ought to tell me who taught me that. But I think that's awesome. And then here I put another. This is a wider lace. I put that around a little piece of chipboard. And that's stuffed right in there. And that's the other piece of this one. See, she could stick another piece down in there. And then here is some matching lace. And this is 1-inch lace, and this is 2-inch lace. By the way, this lace and this ribbon is going into, I'm making a chocolate chip mint collection. Holy smokes, I just noticed my button was open. Well, that's embarrassing as ever. I'm making a chocolate chip mint collection, and that's what is going in there. This here mint lace and this mint ribbon and some other things. But anyhow, and now it's still open here, which she can take. I'm just going to put a little piece of a pin. I'm going to stick a pin right there so that she has pins. Just a little safety pin. And she can pin just a little piece of lace she might have. Let me see, do I have a piece of lace here? Whoops. Yeah, look, see here? I have a piece of lace. You know, in my life, I just have stuff just everywhere. And so look at there. You can just take that piece of lace, and I'll just pin that right there. You just pin it there. See that, Cheryl, how this works? I invented it. I probably didn't invent it. There's probably treasure albums out there somewhere, but it just came to my head anyway. But it's a treasure album. There. Now I got that just pinned on there. So that's a piece of lace pinned on there. And here I got in this pocket. This was a half of a handkerchief. The hanky was so pretty with this lace around it. Right here. And this is half of one. So I just hemmed the one half. And it was a little too wide for the page, but I didn't want to cut that lace off of the edge, so I just kind of, when I sewed it in, I just kind of hand stitched it in with like a borrow stitch, and I just kind of gathered it. So it's a little poofy, but I didn't want to lose that lace. And I got some fiber there on a piece of chipboard and some lace there on a piece of chipboard. And that's it, okay? And then in this pocket, it's got a sheer rib. Lace ribbon, whatever you're going to call this, but it sure is pretty. I just only have just a little bit of it that was given to me in a Happy Mail, and it is so beautiful. And so I used a piece there to make a pocket, and then there's two different, again, fibers that are just wrapped and stuck in that pocket. Space up here to put more just to pin little pieces if you have little pieces. And I've just learned about snippet rolls. And so when you're making a snippet roll, you just use little snippets of things on the snippet roll. And so if you have little snippet things that you're probably going to use on a snippet roll, you can put that in here. So now here was some wider lace. Now here I don't have pockets on this page, but I have wider lace, and I pinned that to this page. So you can just keep turning the pages to see what you might have. This was a wider lace. I took a larger piece of chipboard, wrapped it around there, and it slides right in that beautiful pocket. And here is some very narrow lace. I know she uses a lot of narrow lace, so I put that in this one, and then some more fibers. And then she'll be able to add more as she can use these up and then add more. And then here again, she can pin things to here. I quit pinning because it was getting kind of thick. And I don't want to give her too much. And but you know, she would probably not mind too much. But I know I never mind too much. See, here's a pretty piece of hemming lace. Hemming lace is pretty stuff. Let's see, where can I put that hemming lace? I think that should be in here somewhere. I'll just put that in here with this. And let it peek right through there. See that? How nice that is? And I think it's really nice. And it's pretty. And it'll be pretty just laying in your sewing room or wherever. And it's just pretty. Just pretty. As you turn the pages. And like I just pinned that on there. You can pin to the front inside the cover. She can pin some more. And do you like that, Cheryl? It's for you. You'll have it this afternoon. Knowing you, you'll probably watch this before I this pocket was pretty. This pocket is a piece of lace, but then I had this gathered lace that is so beautiful. So I sewed that to the top of this other lace before I stitched that pocket in. And I like that very muchly. You know what? I don't like that plastic on it. That sure makes it look fake. So I'm going to put this back on here in like that so it doesn't, I don't want that plastic on there. Wait a minute. Hold your horses. Can't have all them in there. Okay, now. You know what? As I'm thinking right now, I believe that piece right there was given to me in a Happy Mail. And there I go, regifting. Okay. Like these fibers, like these make beautiful little ties and a tag. But as you can see, how pretty. It just looks like a pretty book to even just look at. But that's what it is. It's a treasure album. A treasure album. You just look through it, get ideas. And like some of these ribbons, like this here, you might look at this ribbon, or this is not ribbon, it's lace. You might look at this and you say, well, it's too wide. I can't use that for anything. You can cut this. This type of lace you can cut and it won't unravel. Many laces you can cut apart and they won't unravel. Now, if it's a handmade crocheted kind of lace, it's kind of hard to cut. But most lace that you get these days, you can cut that right down the middle, or you can cut it right down that line and have just a small edging of lace. You might just want to use the middle of that lace. You can do that. You can completely take apart things. Use things as not as they're, you know, differently than what they're made. You can change them. So anyhow, I wanted to show you this treasure album, all fabric, muslin pages, all sewed together. I don't think I have any. Do I have gluing on here? No, that's sewed on there. I don't think I have glue on here, but I might. I might have some glue somewhere. It's kind of thick, but I think that's all sewed in my, I might have something here glued. I think I glued this. Yeah. There's a little pocket right there. You could stick a pack of needles in there. There's a pocket right there. Yeah, but you can't have my needles. I had to buy these because I have a needle book. I don't know where I put it. I had to go buy a pack of needles. I really do have to straighten up my area. I can find my needle book. So anyhow, maybe this is too thick. Maybe I should take some stuff out. Nah, I ain't. She can take it out. I'm going to tie it toward the bottom here where it's thicker and see if I can smash it in. But like this ribbon here, none of it is sewed on. It's just tied on. Tie it right about around her fat belly. But yeah, that's it. That's it, Cheryl. This is our swap. I hope you like it. I like it. If you don't like it, give it back to me. I'll keep it. It's pretty. I think it's very pretty. I think it's very soft, and I think it's just very lovely. This is what you call lovely. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you this morning, and then of course I need my wisdom cards this morning, so I'm going to share them with you. So my wisdom cards for today: I am good enough. I am not restricted by old limiting beliefs from my family or society. You know, I read these sometimes and they kind of just don't mean anything today. But then I read them another day and they mean so much. So when you read them over or hear them over, it's a good thing because they can really sink in. This one's sinking in. Okay, I express my true being today. This is a new day. I begin anew to claim and create all that is good. And that's what we want in our lives, is good. I love myself totally in the now. I am gentle, kind, and comforting to my inner child as we uncover and release the old negative messages within us. You know, all I can say is thank you to Louise Hay for coming up with her ideas, for coming up with these cards. You know, she can hear me right now because, you know, she passed away this past August, and she was 83 or 84 when she passed away. But she sure has left a footprint on this earth for us, for all of us to learn from, and we need to learn these things. There was a time that I knew nothing about this kind of thing. I know now. I have learned so much from her books, from her writings. Online you can go on and she's got so much. You just put Louise Hay in the YouTube and you can find so much, and it's amazing. So I just want to share that with you. I always want to share that with you. And so, yes, so I want to thank you all for coming by. I want to say I love you dearly. And one day I'll go into more depth about how I put together a fabric album like this. They're very simple to do, more simple if you have a sewing machine. I know some of you don't, but yes, one day I'm going to make a video to show a little bit more about how I do this. I'm going to start collecting up a few things that are going to be, I got to put a notepad. If I have a notepad, I'm going to put it, because there's no sense in having a pen in there if I don't have a notepad. Okay. All right. Love you. May God watch over you today, every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you, your smiling face, on the next video. God bless.